Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I am so happy to be here with you all. As you can see, I am back in my own home, in my own studio. Last week, I was on my solo retreat. I went to, of all places, South Bend, Indiana. I'm going to fix my internet. Hold on. Okay, I think I'm back. I'm so sorry for that. I apologize. The internets are giving us trouble today. I'm back. I'm in my own home, in my own studio. Really excited to be here with all of you to talk about today's topic, which is a really big one, and it has surfaced repeatedly over and over and over again for me and for so many clients and people that I'm meeting and networking with and engaging with. And it's this idea of feeling worthy, of knowing enough to start, and of imperfect action. And we're going to talk about all of that. But before we do, and while I wait for more folks to join us, and I hope that you'll join, pop in and say hi, please, because it's so much more fun for me to connect and talk with you all while we're here, while we're live together. I want to remind you that we have the Brave Method Workshop coming up starting next Tuesday, the 20th. The Brave Method Workshop is an event that only happens 3 times a year. Hi, Angela. It happens 3 times a year. It's a 9-day event where we spend 1 hour together engaging, learning, growing, feeling, trying, building, and I break down my Brave Method. So what in the hell is the Brave Method? Well, the Brave Method is my trademarked system that I used to rebuild my life after a major life transformation, after coming out, after quitting, leaving a successful business and starting a new one, and doing all sorts of terrifying, wonderful, brave things. This was the system that got me from there to here. And it's the system that I've been using. Angela's a member of my Intentionally Brave Entrepreneurs program for all of my clients, both in the IBE program and one-on-one. And when I speak and when I engage, it's the system that I use to help folks like you figure out what you really want in life and how to get it. But it's approach to creative thinking and strategic thinking. It's not a 5-step do this and you're going to get X result. This is something you can visit over and over and over again in your life and in your business. And BRAVE is an acronym. So BRAVE method, right? BRAVE stands for boundaries, reassessment, reframing, resilience, action and accountability, vulnerability, expansion, and empowerment, right? And so I want you to join us. The workshop starts on Tuesday. You can register right now at vickeryandco.com/workshop. We have a great time. Some of the people who are already registered will be joining us for the 5th or 6th time, because every opportunity to show up for this workshop is an opportunity to show up for yourself in a different way, because we're different. Every day we show up, we're different. Our lived experience teaches us something new. And I'm super, super excited for this event and to be there with you. Okay. Who you are and what you know is worthy and way more than enough. Who gets to decide what enough is anyway, except for you? You get to decide what is enough. Enough of joy, enough of pain, enough of sorrow, enough of growth, enough of excitement, enough of boredom. You get to decide. You get to reinvent it. You get to write it. We've heard a million times from a lot of different people that success is self-defined, and it is. And bravery brave is self-defined. I spend my whole life helping people understand what their own brave is. That's what we do with the Brave Files podcast every week. What is your brave? And when we understand what our brave is, when we lean either into it or we lean back into it, whatever is your best engaged listening position. Angela is here, and she and I were just talking about this on a Zoom call just a few minutes ago. When I'm really engaged and I'm listening closely, you'll notice that I lean in. And when Angela's really engaged and listening closely, she comes back, right? Learning whatever it is for you that's going to put you all the way in. What's brave for you, right? You are worthy of showing up and taking up space. And guess what? You don't have to fucking know everything to do it. It's impossible to know everything to do it. I asked this question earlier today in the Brave on Purpose group, which is where many of you are right now. And Kelly Gordon, who's a friend, a guest on the podcast just from last week, and also a member of BOP. And Kelly said, oh my God, we can't possibly wait until we know it all, because there's never such a thing. You can seek knowledge to a serious detriment, because it's impossible to know everything. The moment we think we know everything, something new is created and invented. It's not possible. So what do you know? And what sets you apart from everybody else isn't necessarily what you know. It's who you are. It's how you show up. It's how you engage, right? Simon Sinek says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And I say, no one is you. No one else is you. No one is going to show up and serve people and change the world the way that you are. There's no real competition here, folks, because no one else is you. I remember years and years ago when I was being trained to be a coach, and I was working with my own coach, and he was the most generous person. He was so willing to give me everything he had, all of his back end stuff, all of his templates, everything. He just gave it all to me, which was amazing, right? Because most people would charge out the wazoo for something like that. And he said, I can give this to you because no one else is ever going to coach the way Heather Vickery coaches. You're not going to coach the way I coach. You're not going to attract the same clients that I attract. No one else is ever going to be you. And so this is the platform with which I have built my whole business, my whole brave empire, is that I want to give you as much as I can so that you can thrive and build the life and the business that you want, because you're the only you. There's no competition. I'm not afraid. I want to see you flourish and I want to see you grow. And when we choose to not be in action because we don't think we know enough, or because it might not be perfect, we are literally robbing other people of the opportunity to learn from us and to grow from us. That's another thing Angela and I just talked about. If you don't show up in the best possible way and build these things and support people, you could potentially be robbing them of incredible opportunities for themselves and for their own lives and for their own businesses, their own communities. The world needs you to play big. It is time to show up in the biggest, most beautiful way ever. You are worthy of taking space. You are worthy of starting. You are worthy of being and feeling worthy. I see you. I want to see you step up and decide, what are you going to try today? What are you going to start today? What are you going to start even though you don't know it all and even though it's not perfect? You want to know how I embrace that? I embrace that in a lot of ways, but I embrace it every Wednesday when I come in here because I don't script this. I have a prompt. I have a prompt that I have decided along with Team Brave that is important to talk about with all of you. And so all I have is a little prompt, and I come in and then I just speak from my gut, and it is never perfect. We had internet issues when we started, and our air conditioning unit was making a lot of noise. And sometimes I get distracted and all of these crazy things happen, or maybe I forget something really important. And later I go, oh, I wish I'd said that. But I always say exactly what it is that I most need to say and that I believe you all most need to hear, because that's what we do. Way we show up, the things that we do and say are exactly what we're supposed to be doing. It's time to start taking imperfect action. I used to have a t-shirt when I was in college that said perfectly imperfect. And I kind of love it. Maybe we need an perfectly imperfect AF shirt, Team Brave. Do we need that? Does anybody like that idea? Perfectly imperfect AF. right? Like embrace all of the things that are yours, that are unique to you, that you think maybe set you apart or that make you different, or if you're neurodiverse, or if you love making people happy instead of calling yourself a people pleaser. This is a shout out to you again, Angela, because we just had such a badass conversation. You consider yourself a people pleaser. How about you just say that it really feels good to help other people? You want to help. I think about Rebecca Q from IBE too. You really want to help other people. You want to be there for them. You like it when people are happy because you've been engaged with them. I love that. I love that for all of you. But you can't do that for folks if you don't show up, if you're not actually there, if you're not talking to them and serving them and supporting them. So it is time to embrace imperfect action, because doing it imperfectly is always going to serve you better than not doing it at all. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. If you don't start, there's no traction. You can always change your mind. You can always build a new story. You can always do something different. But if you just sit there frozen in fear, you're not helping anybody, and you're certainly not helping yourself. We talk about this and so many other things in the Brave Method workshop. We work on this shit and so many other things in IBE. We talk about it here in the Brave on Purpose Collective. And we want to have these honest, raw conversations with you all the time. But I am ready to see you all step into who you are and build the life that you deserve to live for yourself, and the business you deserve to have, and show up in a way that is unapologetically vulnerable and yours. Show up in a way that no one can deny your right to stand up and take that space away. No one can take that from you. Angela says, I was talking to someone about this yesterday. We were reframing this exact same thing. And I said, it helps me to remember my own personal belief system. We are here on this planet to learn and grow. When we are doing that, when we are done doing that, we are no longer needed to be here. And I really love being here. So I have to let go of the need to know everything so that I can be here as long as possible. I love that perspective, right? I always say that it's not like this endeavor to do something bigger, better, to build a life, a business that we love. It's not like a mountain that you climb and you summit and you get to the top and you put your flag and you're like, and now I'm done. We're not done. We're never done. It's new and it's exciting and we can reinvent it. And if we're done, what's the point? Right? And so I don't want that to scare you. I want that to inspire you. There's always a new opportunity to change and shift and grow. And you are enough. You are more than enough to say what you want to say, to serve the clients that you want to serve, to build the life that you want to build and deserve, to have way more than just enough to pay the bills. Way more. This isn't about having enough to pay the bills. Fuck that noise. This is not about making enough money to pay the bills. This is about having so much more than you need, and so much more that you could just spread it out and support other people and do amazing things. Money's there. People have money. People don't have money. You can make money. This is about showing up as you. This is about understanding that you bring real value and worth into whatever it is that you show up for. And I am here for it. And I want to be a part of it. So let me know. What are you starting today? What are you changing today? What are you building today? What imperfect action are you taking today? And what's the result that you want from it? And then come and sign up for vickeryandco.com/workshop for the Brave Method workshop. Come and sign up and hang out with us, because when you are finished, we're going to do some magical shit. You are going to go out and fucking change the world like you were meant to do, because imperfect action is always better than no action. And you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And I am ready for you to step up and be great. All right, y'all. Register for the workshop. Come listen to the Brave Files podcast, because we have a killer episode coming out tomorrow. Super excited about it. Talking about psychic mediums. It's going to be a lot of fun. But really, it's really about embracing your authentic self and your own honesty and vulnerability. So very excited about that. And let me see y'all soon. All right. So we do not have a Brave in Action next week, because we have Brave Method workshop, which is at the same time, 1 p.m. And I really want you all to be there with me. So please go and register, share it with your friends, vickeryandco.com/workshop. and I will see you there. This is Heather Vickery, reminding you today and every day to go out and choose bravely. Bye, y'all.